What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing a rebuild of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This time, though, a fantasy-style rebuild, or an unrealistic style, if you will. I didn't even notice the sim, but 1 point, 35 to 34. These sims have been getting wilder and wilder. And obviously, in these rebuilds, we can kind of do anything. It's similar to a speed rebuild, but we're kind of going longevity. We're trying to see if A, we can even win a Super Bowl, and B, if we can win multiple. Whereas in speed rebuilds, we're not even guaranteed to win one. And obviously, if we were to do multiple years, it just would not be very successful at all. But I will say, even though this is an unrealistic style, I don't know how many unrealistic trades we're going to be making, to be honest. So this could just be like an updated realistic rebuild at this rate. But obviously, Big Ben will be gone in a moment. I'm not going to get rid of him yet because he's just going to leave at the end of the season. I'm not going to give him, 24 mil cap pen. Freiermuth, actually not a bad player at all. Actually looked pretty good. In coming into Madden, not that he's even that great in Madden anyways. You can see here, decent catcher, but, he can't really move too well. His blocking isn't that great in the game. He's honestly really bad in the game, but coming into the game, he was even worse. Like, he was normal dev and all that. It was bad. Actually, maybe he is normal dev, but he got star based on... Nah, he didn't have that crazy of a season. Trey Turner actually played pretty well for Pittsburgh. Naji did what he could. Deontay was really electrifying, but the drops need to stop. Claypool, he had a good year, but when are we going to see him really take that step forward? Juju Smith-Schuster, he was injured for like the majority of the year, and even then, I mean, I don't know if they're really going to be looking to keep him. Tuitt is a guy I really don't remember hearing a whole lot about. Maybe he was injured, because, I mean, I can tell you what, in-game, very injury-prone. I was going to grab him off of the Steelers in the league for Dolphins, and I was like, nah, dude. Cameron Hayward, he is who he is. TJ Watt, he is who he is. Fitzpatrick, I thought, had a little bit of a down year. Devin Bush has just not been great, like, at all for the Steelers so far. Witherspoon is, like, the only good corner here, it seems. Terrell Edmonds, I'll always love in Madden. And, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to replace, obviously. This is a very fitting team for an unrealistic style. This is actually a really tough team to use. This could be a really good one, depending on what they do in the draft for a Madden franchise. Naji... I don't like teams that have their running back and wide receivers set, but their quarterback's not set. They still could probably use an athletic tight end. At least in Madden concerns, they could use a tight end. O-line's in shambles. Defense, you do have TJ Watt and Fitzpatrick, but Hayward will be gone soon. Tuitt will be gone soon. The corners are rough. The linebackers, I guess you have Devin Bush. I mean, they're a team to think about. I mean, I almost did them this year, and that was with, even more potential because they were younger. But let us go on. I don't know if I want to do a real class or not. I'm debating it. But there's one thing that should not be up for debate, and that is you leaving a like and subscribe, of course. And subscribe, yeah. If you're new, maybe subscribe. We do a ton of franchise. You're going to love it here if you love franchise, simply put. And for liking, I'll let you decide later. I'm that kind. I'm a great person. I usually, I'll let you have a decision, I suppose. All right, so I used TFG's most recent class just to try to mix it up a little bit. I'm a little worried, though, that you got Malik Willis as the number 1. I thought it was, like, unanimous that Kenny... Well, maybe not unanimous, but Kenny Pickett seems to be the guy that's kind of at the top of most boards for quarterbacks, but it is what it is. It's an unrealistic one anyway, so these could be the worst ever, and we can still live with it. Because that's the way we view it, obviously. Trying to look at some of these names. There's nothing crazy. Ekwonu? Is he Ekwonu tackle? I thought he was a guard. Or maybe he views him as a tackle for whoever's going to draft him, I suppose. Cross, okay. Yeah, I mean, everything looks all right, I suppose. I don't see any issues, really, to be honest. A lot of this does make sense, at least in the first round, I suppose. So yeah, I mean, I don't really see any issues so far, right? I mean, it looks good to me. I mean, I can't really be mad. So let's use it and maybe trade up for a quarterback. We'll see. Once again, it's an unrealistic style, so we don't even have to go with any rookies if we want. We could trade every draft pick and just grab any players we see fit. So Juju, a 3-year 25 is very doable, and maybe you do that anyways, just because, once again, it's unrealistic style. So whether, you know, we see him staying there in real life or not, Trey Turner, I'm going to try to keep it. I don't really know if I mean, I'll take that, but I don't know if I really care too much. Terrell Edmonds, I do want to keep because, once again, he's 25. He's still young to work with and develop. But Juju Smith-Schuster, 80 overall. See, the thing is, you could sign him for 3 or 25 and then, like, trade him or something, but I don't know how much that would cost us. What's his signing bonus is only 7 mil, so I don't think he's going to stay anyways. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what's expected, unfortunately, but Witherspoon, I don't want him. You know, in real life, maybe you look to re-sign him, obviously, but in-game, I don't want him. And realistically here, even though it's unrealistic, I don't care about anyone else here, to be honest. Cody White, yeah, we can... Actually, I was about to say we could tell by the speed, but maybe not. Maybe not White. Devontae Adams is there. I don't know if I'm willing to pay a 5-year 119, though. There's a lot of times where he doesn't get offers, but this is not one of those times. Trent Brown, I think we could probably do cheaper in a trade, but the problem is we don't really have that... What is that called? We don't really have that the draft capital to make these trades. So we might have to pull the trigger on someone. I don't know who's the most valuable, but a cornerback would definitely be preferable if possible. But I do definitely want Devontae. We'll just, you know, we'll have to see what we can actually pull off. Because fantasy style and broke usually go hand in hand. The 5-year 118 that, like, he's asking for is, like, not even in the... It's, like, barely in the 90s. Like, I mean, I want him, but I want him, like, to bankrupt us. To, like, it's a 5-year... You can't get out of a 5-year deal. Once you sign that 5-year deal, you know, we're done. You know, he's a good player, but 29 years of age... I'm debating it. You got Deion. I can't, dude. I'd rather, you know, money is going to be one of our biggest assets here. I was going to offer on Trent Brown, then I was like, you know what? That's a lot of money. He was asking for like 18 per. We lost Carlton Davis, but we got Devontae. And let me tell you, it was costly. It was about 26.4 per, which for real life, I mean, it's maybe not even that crazy, but a 5-year 132. Well, welcome to the team. Welcome, yeah. Chase Claypool, I'm debating putting him at running back, at tight end. I really am, because he's a big guy. Super mismatch god. It's technically a fantasy, but it's also a realistic style move. Can maybe trade Pat off. I know the Steelers love him, their fans love him, but personally, I don't really care. I guess he stays at number 11, but God, is that ugly at tight end. I don't even know that's actually allowed. But once again, it's a fantasy, so does it look like I care? Not a whole lot. This is kind of broken because the Bengals literally just paid Rashaan Evans in free agency. It wasn't a crazy deal in fairness. It's like a 4-year 37, but I was debating on paying him, and I was like, maybe not. I wanted to get rid of some of the age on our team. I know DJ Reader's only a year younger than Tuitt, but maybe not the same style. Actually, not even the same style at all, to be honest. But, you know, stronger guys, I suppose. But it's a win of a trade. We maybe could have gotten more, but yeah, look at Rashaan Evans, so cheese because he literally got paid, so we don't have to pay him a damn thing, really. Coverage is obviously lacking a little bit, but you know the Steelers have always been a team that loves their hard-hitting players, and it's exactly what they get here. Think we could draft edge, but I'm thinking if we have to stick with Highsmith, it's not the worst situation in the world, but I definitely would prefer it not to be the situation. And like I said with Pat, because, I mean, look at freaking Chase Claypool here. He's an 84 overall switching to tight end. I know that happens to a lot of players, but, I mean, he's like literally the perfect player to switch over to tight end. I mean, even for a wide receiver, his trucking actually probably puts him in the top, you know, the higher tier at least for a tight end even. It's crazy. You know, there's like some really big tight ends in the league that are just not strong in the game for trucking. Once again, with Pat, I just don't think he's that great of a Madden player. He's just super slow. Catching's all right. His route running sucks. His run blocking is really bad in the game. I mean, it's just... He doesn't really have a whole lot of redeeming qualities, to be honest. I also didn't really look at Cameron Hayward, but I may look to trade him, who I may have called Casey Hayward earlier, which if I did, I apologize, but it's me after all. I'm going to do it. Oh my God. The Colts need to chill, dude. Look at these moves, man. Are they crazy? Too much talent for my liking. is this a joke? You guys actually want Pat that much? He's a tight end. I know you're lacking in receiving options, but I'm down. DTF for sure, dude. I don't know if we're going to be able to get away with saving our second-round picks, though. Then again, our this year's second-round pick isn't, like, crazy valuable. I'd be willing to do this. Quiddy Pay is, I don't know if he was like a 3-4 guy, but he definitely would be welcomed here. We'll take that. New tackle on top of it. Who dis? Well, we ain't getting rid of Cameron Hayward. Thankfully, he's an X-Factor and he's good, but still. We can get rid of Highsmith now. I mean, it's kind of dumb that we did that. Nah, maybe not. He's like 2 years older. But we're going to get rid of Highsmith, I think. We need a corner. Like, we obviously still want to draft somebody, but I mean, with that second-round pick gone, we don't really have a whole lot to work with because we're probably looking to go for a quarterback, which may require a trade-up. Quarterbacks aren't easy to trade for in the game. I mean, Justin Fields really hasn't done well for me. He's probably like the most reasonably easy guy to trade for that's young with OK Dev. Because I'm not rocking Mason Rudolph. Now that's a fantasy. I'll tell you what. If you think I'm gonna rock with him, now you're really talking fantasies. Mate, this is so broken. Once again, I know it's a fantasy and everything's supposed to be off the, on the table, but we may have to implement some sort of like no trading for anyone that's, at least year one into their contract. Once again, Carlton Davis is another guy from free agency that just got paid and they're like, yeah, screw it, see you later. I mean, I will say in real life, it's not common. I don't even know if it like ever happens where a decently high free agent name goes to a team through free, once again, and through free agency and then gets an offer. So I suppose like money is big and obviously the cap hit's always going to be pretty big, but you never had him before and you're getting something out of him now. Not that I would do that trade specifically, but I don't know. I'm not saying it's impossible to ever happen, but just throwing that out there. I really did want Carlton Davis and they snagged him off of us, so I said, suck it. The corners, dude, where is the value? Benny Snell straight up, who's like basically James Conner for Byron Murphy. I do like the two corners there because they're like, I wouldn't say similar, but they're kind of similar builds, right? Like semi-slower, bigger guys at the cornerback spot. Oh, Byron's shorter than I thought. I thought he was like 6 foot. Never mind. But he is slower. I suppose we got that part right. And Cameron Sutton's kind of on the more expensive side. So Cameron Sutton, and I don't know if anyone wants Carl Joseph. And Carl Joseph or just like even some random DT. And Chris Wormley. Okay, all those three has got to equal some like 80 overall DT. I mean, it's got to. I lied. They gave me Slater. I took Slater. I did it. I don't care, dude. He's mine now. We still do have pick 84, but I'm going to try to hold off until after the draft, unless we just draft a guy in general. I really want a quarterback. I don't know what kind of quarterback I want. I just want the one that, like, throws the ball and whatnot. Like, that's preferable. I just feel like this team's a Carson Strong kind of guy. So for our private workouts, we should probably put them on these three fellas, because I don't even know if we're going to have a chance at the top three. But at least with those top three, we also have 70% completed. So this just makes a lot of sense, I think. Although if we would have put one on like Malik or something, we would know exactly how good he is or how good he projects. So the first pick in the draft, the Jaguars take one of the quarterbacks. Watch. Just wait. Hutchinson, okay, I mean, it's almost like unanimously the tackle now. But, I mean, edge rusher is still extremely important. No tackle yet. This is where, no, okay, well, yes, but number 5, I'm sure the Giants would love to see Evan Neal there, but just going to be honest. The Jaguars, fair enough with the tackle, but that's probably going to be quarterback, right? Stingley, the Giants need a bunch of different things. All the offensive linemen kind of went right before them, so I guess the Falcons, yeah, that makes sense. DT for the Broncos. Broncos need a bunch of different things. You got to think if they can't get a trade for a quarterback that they maybe draft one there, though. And so far, it's looking pretty good. Drake London, I mean, yeah, they could use a wide receiver, but once again, quarterback. The Vikings, probably not, right? Probably an edge rusher if they can get one. The Browns, linebacker, okay. Cornerback, yeah, there's some issues there with age and, more importantly, longevity. That makes a ton of sense for the Eagles. Fair enough. Traylon Burks of the Chargers, if they lose Mike Williams, makes a ton of sense. Pickett to the Saints, obviously. Daxton Hill to the Eagles. I really would have thought maybe they would have went with a quarterback. Yes, so many options, so many picks. Once if they went with, like, that would be crazy if they went with 2 Imagine they went with 2 quarterbacks or something like that. That would be crazy. It would make no sense, but God, you'd have to freaking, you know, admire it almost. We honestly, you know, have no idea how the real-life draft class is going to go. But this could be something that happens. You know, 1 or 2 quarterbacks, and then you see some guys start to slip. But Matt here is a tough guy to pass on with, you know, being a more athletic guy. I don't know what that dev looked like, though. Malik Willis, obviously you can see BC, very fast. I'm trying to think if we've ever had Corral. I don't know. I really wish I would have scouted these guys now, because I just thought they were going to all be gone. Who's younger? Is it Matt? 22 for both, huh? That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't think we can go with any of the other guys when we have those guys on the board, right? I mean, you kind of like both of them. I think maybe you trade down, try to get some value. Because you could see, like, a lot of these teams passing up, right? But if I'm going to trade down, I'd like to trade down to a team that isn't wanting quarterback, if I can. Because I don't want a team to trade up, take a quarterback, and then I have to trade up right after, right? So, best case scenario is trade this off to, like, a team that has their QB set. Like 26 or 27. I don't know who has that. The Buccaneers, no. They still have Brady here. I'm going to erase him, though, from existence. Don't worry about it. Existence. Brady is gone. The Packers still have Rodgers, I suppose, 28. Can we get 60 off of him for it? It's not crazy. If we can do that, I'd do it. I'm not going to, once again, worry about, you know, what's fair or anything like that. I just want to get the trade in. Simply put, you know, that's kind of the whole point of the fantasy. So, whatever it takes to get there. Do we also hand over Mason Rudolph just to try and... I probably could have got more for him because I didn't even realize he was going to be yellow, but try to sweeten their pot for them not to take a QB. This would be a huge L if they took one. That's a win for them. That is an amazing trade-up. You could even see that in real life, perhaps. Just no quarterbacks until right before us, and we'll be happy. The Titans could take one. Very unrealistic for us to be able to trade up with the Buccaneers if the Titans do take one. Before this play, though, we're gonna get rid of Tom Brady. I don't know if it's too late, though. I don't know if the game's gonna like register him still being on the team. All right, let's see how this affects them. And they do take quarterback. I was kind of leaning towards Willis anyways because he's a little more athletic, but I do worry a little with that BC. Very athletic, great throw. I mean, we have no choice. No. Corral, you better freaking be normal as well, dude. We want you to drag yourself down to our level, buddy. Damn it, dude. I knew that was going to happen, too. As far as DTs go, I thought Wyatt was supposed to be like a first-rounder. Like a late first, potentially, no? And all these guys are like 23s. It's just like... I thought it was a pretty decent class. I guess maybe not. They're kind of old. I don't like old, man. I thought these guys are supposed to project pretty high, no? 21. Maybe he doesn't have them as, like, good players. Because that's a lot of C grades. There's a lot of... That's like a D in there and all that. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of thinking... How athletic is he, at least? Not very, to be honest. Not... Can move Slater inside to be, you know, as well, but... I don't know, dude. What about Daniel, though? Because he's athletic, right, for a big guy. Ed Ingram looks all right himself, to be honest. It's really about what dev do you think these guys are going to have. Faalele should be really decent. But look at the F. The freaking F run block, dude. Jesus, it's not good. It's between Ed or one of these guys. I think I'm going to go with this fella. Please be good. Normal, dude. Every player in his class is normal. Every single one. I kid you not. Every single one. Hutchinson star. I don't freaking know, but it sure as hell seems like it, right? It's like the hipster thing to do, or just maybe he doesn't think they're that good. Well, you know, same difference, really. Brandon Smith. We don't really need a linebacker. I might just trade this away for something like a DT. Like I said, even like a 75 overall DT we would take. Okay, we're gone. I was willing to take the hit. A third this, or our third this. Our second next in Trey Turner for Kenny Clark to add another defensive lineman to the squad. Of course, you can see that our Our team roster isn't really super filled here, and we also need a lot of linemen, but that's great. It's fine. I also get to finally use Kendrick Green, which is cool. But yeah, we have our defensive line intact. Well, the whole team's really intact outside of O-line. I don't know what quarterback's going to be like. I don't know how Naji's going to play. I don't know if we need another wide receiver. Once again, offensive line we need a lot of. D-line, I don't know how that's going to work out. The edge, we have to replace Cameron. We have options, and we're looking like we have the starting squad. It's just, will we need to replace them at some point in time? Like, I don't know who's going to actually work out with the team or not. Just because they're good players doesn't mean it always works out. We see that so often. So, we did a pretty good job, but still more things need to be changed. And give me De'Aaron King while we're at it. Give me the speed demon. Is he really only 5'9"? Jesus. What's that speed? 88 speed? There's no way he's not faster than that, right? Our very extensive draft real quick. 64 overall. Is this guy not like a first-round pick? Huh? 68 overall from Malik. He has him that high. I mean, I suppose where he projects them and how good he thinks they are two different things. And he is a really good overall, or a good player. His just awareness is low. So he is pretty good. I don't want to spoil it for myself, but I do want to see how good Matt Corral is as well. Also normal development rate. A little bit better, I suppose, but obviously a lot slower. That's a bit of a yikes. Yikes. That's it. And I don't really think we can do anything with quarterback, so we might just be looking to develop Malik anyways. So I will admit, the team, it's okay, but it's not great. We definitely have a lot of things to fix. The center, maybe. Left guard, almost certainly. Right guard, obviously. Wide receivers should be good. Quarterback, maybe. Running back should be good. Looking at the defensive side of things, D-line should be good for at least another year maybe after this. Corners should be good. Safeties, hoping that are good, especially strong safety, I'm hoping. And then, wow, Quiddy Pay dropped quite a bit at outside. But, yeah, I mean, it's far from a complete roster. And I'll tell you what, if you want to really test how much depth matters, this is the one. Because we have no depth at all. Although, I guess it's not really a good test because even our starters aren't really that good. And our depth is really bad. It's the same thing every rebuild. He gets 45 breakouts, and he never gets them successfully. Help him! I also should have probably traded our draft pick away, but you know what? We have 4 names, 2 of them that one of them we traded for. Of course, Minka Fitzpatrick is a guy that we're going to be paying without a doubt. So a 5-year, 69 was that? And it's a little expensive. Deontay Johnson, I have no idea how he's playing, but he's going to be our number 2 without a doubt. So 4-year, 69. Kind of, a little bit more than Minka, but, similar kind of end goal money. Byron, he seems to be a great long-term piece. I'm going to give him a 6-year, 60. A lot of $60 million deals. Obviously, this one is the cheapest of those 3. And then Devin Bush, bad in real life. It doesn't seem like a cool guy in real life, and from what I've seen, I don't know. But we want him back because he's fast. That's really it. He's fast, similar to John Ross, but we just don't want him at all. I'm sorry, John. It's just he's like, really? Okay, I guess. And then because of our recent experiment with kickers, I'm not going to repay Chris Boswell at all because there's just no point. He's a very good kicker, but I mean, it just doesn't matter. It's just completely random. You just don't know what you're going to get. Like, he's playing well, but, we've seen Justin Tucker sucks in the game. And, he's literally the best. So I'm just going to go for the cheapest possible. The only thing I don't know for a fact, which it's like almost impossible to test because sim in general is very random, is does having a higher overall kicker give you a better chance to win because of the overall itself boosting the team overall? I don't know. I really don't. Does this count for deflections? I don't know if it does, but he got an interception, 2 deflections. He had a breakout. I'm trying not to get the Naji Harris one, although I think they may have fixed that, actually, where you don't just get the dev up just because, but we'll find out, I suppose. I guess not. And now I do want to test out Naji, because he obviously didn't get his... Well, at least I don't think. I mean, he might have had it in the receiving, but he didn't have it in the running, I'll tell you that. Yeah, nice. They fixed it. All right, fair enough. Although it was a little hit or miss for running backs, but wide receivers, it was like guaranteed. To the playoffs, nice little win streak near the end to hold on to our spot. Obviously, the division was pretty damn strong. Let's take a look at the season. It was a little bit of an iffy start. Started to turn things around, and then we got a couple of losses here and there, and then won a couple, lost a couple, and won a couple, and here we are. Obviously, we had a rookie quarterback, so we'll see if he had a chance at being the Rookie of the Year and a dev up. I think, honestly, both are gone. However, we did have Baltimore's playbook on, and even with that, he only had 645 yards, 3.8 per, with 3 rushing touchdowns. Naji could go to X Factor. Receiving was awful, so as much as I want to utilize Malik's running ability in Sim, it's just not worth it, obviously. TJ Watt was really good. Hayward was decent. Clark was decent. Kwity Paye was awful. And we don't care about anything else. Rashaan Evans with 4 picks. Carlton Davis with 4 picks. 3 picks for Byron. Got a lot out of our newcomers. Boswell misses 3. That's kind of like the league average, no matter what their freaking ratings are. Don't know if we would have got anything, but maybe, like we said, Rookie of the Year, perhaps. Let's take a look. Malik Willis was Rookie of the Year defensively. I mean, we didn't even have any like proper rookies outside of that, right? It was like 2 quarterbacks and a lineman. What a draft. I'll tell you, what a draft. When there's a window open. But let's get into it. The Buffalo Bills, who are an 82 overall rating, 85. I mean, we're the, the away team, but we should have this in the bag anyways. All right, several overalls over the Bills. However, it's kind of a defense versus offense matchup. We have an okay defense, or, okay, decent offense to really good defense, whereas they have a very good offense to a, good defense. So, I mean, you really look at it, and, I mean, it's kind of potentially in their favor, even with the overall difference, but I still got to like our chances, I suppose, right? So let's see what happens here. 3-0, still 3-0, 3-3, 6-3, fair enough. Bit of a close, short, like, really, I mean, this is something that helps us, obviously. We want a low-scoring game because we can stop, if we can stop them, that means we can win. And, man, what a weird one. To stop the Bills to 6 points, I mean, we're a very good defense. I didn't think we were that elite. We are very good. Malik Willis was good enough. I mean, he was better than Josh Allen. Naji was okay, but Devin Singletary was awful. Malik, a lot of rushing totals were just bad that game. TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, Kenny Clark, some pretty good sack numbers, obviously. Kicking, Boswell, 4 for 6, 2 for 3 for Tyler. 4 for 6, so 6 field goal attempts. 2 50-pluses missed. Glad he has that high kick power. Moving on to the divisional round, going up against the Ravens. Another doable game. Obviously, it's a division rival, so you never know what's going to happen. But another winnable game for sure. 81 overall Ravens versus our 85 overall. Obviously, defense was really clutch. But if defense gives up a decent bit of points, I just don't know if we can keep up. So, obviously, we're going to try what we can here to just win. But, yeah, it might be a little bit too much of an ask for this offense. We'll see. Of course, left to right would be them. 7 points, already more points in the first drive this week than last week in the entire game allowed. Of course, defense is still playing really well. Offense finally gets on the board. 7 all still. 10-7. 14-10. And once again, it's early to win it, but it's been a while since we've had a, like a proper dynasty. Did we get it? We went for the field goal. I mean, that makes sense, but yeah, I mean, you can see here, wow, there is no timeouts being used by our team at all. It's like, what? Like, you have to, yeah, dude. You got to use timeouts. You have no choice. Now you have 11 seconds, and they're easily in range for a field goal. What the hell, dude? I honestly don't understand. Probably have a better chance of him missing in sim than us actually playing. Of course, you give yourself 7 seconds with 2 timeouts on the board. Good job, dude. What a game. This is a hilarious... Oh, I didn't even notice. I changed Anthony Miller, I believe, his number, somebody's number, and I just forgot to change Adams, I assume. That's not even close. What a game, dude. Willis was awful, though, so it's not really like it would have mattered. It's a little too early for him, I think. But let's take a look. I mean, Lamar Jackson played pretty badly, too, but our guy actually threw a pick. Willis did have a lot of rushing numbers. I think I changed the scheme away from Baltimore. Maybe I kept Baltimore for this season. I can't remember. I left this for like a day or two. Obviously, I'm going to finish the rest of this all in one go, so I don't forget anything. But, yeah, I thought I switched it. I was like, oh, Baltimore didn't really work. Or maybe I kept it for this season, like I said. I don't know. We'll take a look. I did keep it, fair enough. So there is a reason he's running a lot, but he is running very unsuccessfully. I actually haven't run, like, the Rams playbook. I kind of want to just try it. All right, at least the Ravens took that spot from us to the Super Bowl. They lost, but it was a close game. Probably would have been better than we would have done. But 38 mil, I thought we had less. It was like 1.5 mil. I was like, oh. Willis stays at normal, which is harmful to the environment. But, of course, Naji Harris is an X factor. We have a lot to actually do still, which is unfortunate. But no dev up for anyone on the defense, to my knowledge, right? Cameron Hayward's still decent, but kind of, oh, man, the development was not good. So Rodgers is in free agency, which, let me tell you, is very interesting. I don't actually know if I want to rock Malik Willis or not. I might trade him off, because it's just, how am I going to develop him in that sort of time when he's only normal dev? I don't know. We're going to maybe try to make a trade. DJ Reader's alright, but I mean, if I've got to pay him that kind of money anyways, might as well go for a guy like Jeromepkr, perhaps. He's superstar, so it's a mix of spending the right money and going for the right positions. Montez Sweat would be cool, but yeah, I think we'll look for Jeromepkr and obviously trade, well, maybe not obviously trade for a quarterback, but look to trade for a quarterback, I'd say. I'd like to grab a guy that's either been paid or doesn't need to be paid for a while. We'll see if that's even possible, though. We also don't have many draft picks this year, so this could be hard to do. And, of course, Joe Burrow is a superstar. Sweet. Well, he kind of got paid already anyways, or needs to get paid. Josh Allen is a guy I would love to try to get. The Browns have nobody. I don't know if I think this is a good trade or not, but Willis, 27, and Reader for Lawrence. I mean, we do kind of have to pay him. Can we maybe make a play to get rid of Lawrence for someone even better? Nah, we'll keep Trevor. The real question is, how much did that cost us? It only seems like it costed us about $5 million in dead money, I think. I don't know, but Jeromepkr is somebody I do want. Superstar dev and all that. We obviously just lost our DT. Ooh, the Bears are being competitive. It would be such a crazy play, because you imagine I traded them someone high in cap just so they couldn't actually afford that. I don't know how that would work, because, like, obviously actually, they probably couldn't do it then, right? I just worry if I offer this contract that we're actually not going to be able to afford Trevor. Like, maybe I don't know, it's just like, you don't get star dev as Malik Willis out the gate. What are you supposed to do? You know? Like, he's 23 normal. I couldn't keep him. I needed superstar. Otherwise, Malik was just going to suck forever. He's, best case, he would have been 79 overall star at 24 by the end of the next season. Nah, I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. But I also probably could have waited to at least see if there was a quarterback or a bunch of quarterbacks in the draft. But it's too late for that now. Well, maybe it's not, but we'll wait. Jeromepkr did accept, which I hope he would. We gave him like 19 per, but still got 26 mil. I don't know if we have to re-sign, but it didn't really seem like too many names. And is Kavanaugh, like, is that the name of the quarterback we seen in our, what is that called? In our resim thing with Peterson? I can't remember. But as you can see, there is a guy named Blake Ross. I don't know how good he is, though. C doesn't look super fast. What's his physicals? Solid throw power. He doesn't look very good, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I think we made the right call, because there just ain't no quarterback here unless you're going to trade all the way up, which, once again, at that point, you might as well just, once again, trade for an actual quarterback, and then this guy would be the last choice. However, he actually looks kind of decent. I may grab him, and if he's hidden, I think we could trade off Lawrence, who we just got, ironically enough, for, you know, a big haul, perhaps, or just a bunch of draft picks or something good. But I don't know how much of a draft we're going to have here, because obviously we don't really have many picks. We might just have to, like, ignore the class outside of maybe a few linemen, perhaps. And by perhaps, I mean absolutely a few linemen, because we are not looking super good. Our right guard is technically a tackle, which, worst comes to worst, he'll play there again. But, yeah, I'd prefer to at least replace 1 or 2 of the linemen, for sure. So I get it, right? It's, you know, the 3rd, 4th round isn't a great round in general, but I'm a little surprised by some of the talent, or lack of talent. This Snell guy, I thought he was going to be a little bit of a steal. He may still be okay, but I don't think he's worth grabbing, like, at all. I just don't see it. Maybe if we actually needed a quarterback, I really do want, like, a rookie quarterback with hidden, even if he's just star, so we can trade off Lawrence for, like, a crazy bunch of things, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to be the thing, or the year. This guy I thought was going to be great. He probably will still be hidden, but, like, how do you bet on that? You know what I mean? Like, how do you bet on that? I don't think you can. And then this guy is probably going to be the guy we end up trading up for. He just looks, you know, prototypical great. You know, A, B, B, B. The lead block's not great, and he's a guard, but, you know, we overlook these things sometimes. We trade 91, this, a 4th next, and Dan Moore for 65 from the Packers. It wasn't even about me trying to make it realistic. I just had troubles trying to get the damn pick off them, to be honest. But we're going to be taking our guy. That quarterback is there, but once again, I just don't know, right? Okay, I was too quick for the game. The quarterback is there, of course, Blake Ross, but I just don't know if he's any good, you know, as far as throw power. Solid, with a couple of C's, but there's just really not anything there for me. So I'm just going to say that he's probably a bust. And with that, we're going to be taking Nick Leonard. I'm going to be really disappointed if he's not hidden, but I imagine he will be. And yeah, he is. As expected, he's a very solid-looking player. There's not really much more to it. We cheesed the hell out of the game. We got rid of Dotson and a 6th next year to move up to 66 this and get Nate Davis. I don't understand where the value is there. Like, why is EA viewing that as, like, a good trade for them? But guess who doesn't care? This guy. Cornerback might not be the biggest need for us, but there is a guy I would never pass on in a million years, and that is Nick Muldrow, 6'2", 21 years old, with a 4.29 40. Now, he might just suck, because everything else I can't really tell. But you know what I've said? Good catching is always a sign of a good corner. I'm going to grab him. Normal dev. A 4.29 comes out to 93 speed, 91 excel, huh? Like, don't get me wrong. I understand 40 time isn't everything, but if you run a 40 of a 4.29, you kind of just have to be at least 95 speed or a combination of 93 plus excel with 92 or 93 speed. That just didn't represent anything realistic at all. For kicker, I'm just going to go with a guy that has great kick power. There's not really much more to it. 94 kick power, that's all you need. At the end of the day, we did that kicker experiment, and I will no longer be paying kickers outside of, like, the top name guys, just because it's realistic, if you will. But as far as, you know, rebuild where I don't have to, I'm not going to, simply put. But let's take a look at the overall. So 71 overall guard, 66 overall corner, and then the kicker is 70 overall. So Nick Leonard going to be filling in at the left guard spot, I believe, because Nate is going to be the right guard. Is, I mean, a decent player, I suppose. Let's see what his dev is. It is star, as expected. Let's take a look at the corner. He's just going to be the number 3 anyways, but still. Damn, that is a bad draft pick. 79 jumping. I didn't look at the vertical or anything like that, but god damn, dude. I'm going to look at the quarterbacks, and then we're going to try another season. Of course, I don't even think that one quarterback was actually drafted, by the way. Yeah, he wasn't, I don't think. He wasn't even drafted. The guy that was in the 3rd round or whatever, he was not drafted. Let's take a look at Mr. Ross. He was a 57 overall first-round quarterback. Jeez, dude. That is awful. Look at that, dude. That is disgustingly bad. What about this guy? Brian Harper. First round pick 17, Brandon Barber. These quarterbacks suck. Like, they're not bad, but they suck in the consideration that they're not hidden. Kavanaugh's obviously pretty good, but he did go 6th overall. I want to see this quarterback. Like, he didn't even get drafted, I'm telling you. He literally didn't even get drafted. And he was a 3 to 4 round guy. Benjamin Snell, here he is. Normal development trait. 85 throw. Oh my god. Alright, the new squad. I mean, not a whole lot has changed. We got a new guard. Well, 2 new guards and a brand new quarterback, which I suppose actually is kind of a big change if you really think about it. But yeah, I mean, it's still a work in progress. Daron Payne is technically a pretty big upgrade over Reader. And that's really all we added. You know, we didn't add a whole lot, but we didn't really need to. It kind of was the quarterback position holding us back the majority of the season. So we can also, you know, maybe go back to a more standard offense rather than, you know, trying to utilize the running of Malik. Not that Trevor isn't fast enough, but it's not really worth making that the offense. This happens every time. He sucks in the breakouts early, and then he gets them. Oh, Lord. We'll take it, though. We'll take it. We're not... Don't take it back, please. Keep it. All right, it's right before the deadline, just in case. We look fine. All right, so we re-signed Claypool, who's obviously kind of illegal at tight end. It really should be. He's just too much of a freak, but we'll take it, obviously. 5-year deal worth, you know, about 57. Works for me, and everyone else might need to go because... yeah, all of our money is kind of being spent already. 11-5. If we win, we have the division. If we lose, I don't know. Okay, we win. We still are in the freaking wild card round, though. Let's take a look. So Trevor Lawrence seems to be a good... obviously, we did change to Tampa. But Trevor Lawrence still seemed to be a very good decision to trade for. As, once again, we had a really good season, obviously. But more importantly, Trevor had a really good season. It seems he was number 1 in the league for... what appears to be yards, and maybe even tied for number 1 for touchdowns. Should be an X factor. He was number 1 for both, technically, maybe even MVP. Naji had a pretty good year. Devontae went off. Deontay was pretty damn good. Sims, we really need a new number 3. Chase Claypool, not bad at all, especially for a tight end. Lineman plays wasn't terrible. TJ Watt had a really good year. I didn't change anything about the defense. Pay has still been awful, though, I will say. And yeah, I mean, wait, what about, where was the other guy? Hello? Did he not have a single sack? Once again, he's not technically that, like, why do I have him then? You know what I mean? Like, is his overall, oh, he didn't even play much. I get he's the DT, but I still thought they would play a decent bit. Damn, they go strictly 3-4, I guess, but, Metlock, not bad, obviously. Punting and not, you know, it's about average. See those numbers all the time. I can't really tell, you know, like what's good or what's bad, but fair enough, I suppose. Anything else? I mean, okay, maybe MVP, like we said, though. We'll see. Number 2 offense in the league, and no, number 3. Not even going to be the best in the AFC either. Defensive player of the year, I suppose. Number 2 quarterback. That's kind of hurtful, dude. That's kind of rough. Number 3, number 5, and number 7 for wide receivers, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, TJ Watt at least got some awards, I guess. But let's go into it. 8 overall is higher than the Raiders. I don't know what we would need to do if we don't win this. Like, I really don't. The biggest issue right now is money, not roster talent. All right, going to the end of the game. The Raiders already on top. We do get 7 ourselves. We stop them, get nothing. Don't stop them, they get 7. We get stopped again. We get stopped again. We are being stopped at a very high rate here, Pittsburgh. Thank you. Can we do something, please? Thank you. Up 3. Come on. Guys, what are we doing here? 3rd and 7, and you run the ball. What are you doing? I get it. This is probably a dumb go for, but like, 3rd and 7, and you run the ball. Like, it's really not that hard. It really isn't. And to be honest, that was at 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. All right. Also, I should probably have called the timeout. I mean, why would you run it on 3rd and 7? I mean, I could see if they had, like, no timeouts or they would have been down to, like, none. But they have a timeout remaining regardless. So, like, what are you doing? Are you actually joking me? The clock's probably going to be running here, too. Like, what is this, dude? What is this team? And that's dropped. It's a good try, though. All right, overtime. Let's see the Raiders move on to the divisional round. It's going to be some fun times, I tell you. They're not getting stopped yet. and they win. I'm done, dude. I'm done, dude. How do we have such a good team and we suck? I don't understand. How? TJ Watt did well. I mean, our pass rush did well. Our offense just sucks. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. It's literally the best team, and we lost to a team with 8 overalls less than us. Because, like, the thing about comparing Madden to real life, there's no team in the NFL right now that is as good across the board as our team here. The closest, I don't even know. Our offensive line is not that great, I will admit, but the tackles are insane. Our quarterback's an 85+. He was literally the best in the league, could have won MVP. And he's going to be an X factor. Naji's a 93 overall. Devontae's a 99. 90 for Deontay. Chase Claypool's an 89. Like, where are our blaring needs? You know, like, pay maybe? There's no team that is that as good as us here. Like I said, if you think about the Rams, running back situation isn't that great. You know, tight end situation isn't that great. Offensive line isn't that great. Defensively, they could use an edge rusher. They could use some depth at corner. Safety isn't great. But for us, it's like left guard, center, kind of. Because once again, Kendrick Green here is actually a pretty good... he sucks. So maybe the center. Left guard, obviously, we're developing. But the rest of the line is pretty good. The rest of the offense is good. You really just need a new center. And the whole offensive is set. Defensively, you have the best front in football by a mile. Cornerbacks are very good. Safety's got a sick one at free safety. I mean, even Edmonds is probably like in the top 30. 16th ranked. You know, Byron's probably like 17 or something like that. 24. For number 24. With Carlton Davis probably at like 16 or something like that. 13. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Probably a top 3 safety. Number 2. I mean, I don't know. But we'll continue. Instead of our classic freaking, what is that called? A classic dynasty. Might just be barely getting a Super Bowl win at this rate. Cowboys versus Patriots, the most hated Super Bowl of all time. And the Cowboys win. I don't even know what the general public would be wanting there. Still probably the Patriots to win, to be honest. Let's take a look at the dev-ups. Once again, we expect Trevor to go to X Factor. It'd be really dumb if he doesn't, which he did. Looking at the defense, we have... no dev-ups again. Like, nah, there's just no dev-ups. We're just not getting them. There's just there's no availability here. I accidentally skipped too far ahead, and we missed the first round of free agency. However, with 20 mil, I don't imagine I was going to spend that much anyways. Rodgers is back. What up? Let's see who was actually there. So Tyron wasn't going to get him. Wasn't going to get him. Didn't want him. Didn't want him. Wasn't going to get him anyways. Didn't want him. I don't feel bad. DJ Reader was there. He's still pretty damn good, but yeah, I mean, outside of maybe Ronnie, and just even then, I wouldn't have wanted him. I don't, you know, we kind of saved ourselves a little bit, right? Like we got rid of all of the stuff, and now I can focus again. So we have 20 mil in space, but we have to pay Hayward, so we're gonna let him go. We may actually let him go right now. 6 mil, save 10 technically. Kenny Clark as well. I think we need to replace these guys. They're expensive. They're not crazy useful. And we have to pay, I think, Naji and Trevor. And Nate Davis. So, and Slater. And Pay, who I'm not going to pay. Wow! Yeah, we're going to let some of these guys go, I think. Oh my god, did we really pay Deontay that much? Or did they do it? It might have been us. So we paid a lot, but we got rid of Kenny Clark and Cameron Hayward with a first-round pick for Rashawn. Oh, do we not? Could they not afford it? I was about to say, because Rashawn Gary just got paid. Yeah, I can kind of see why they didn't want to do the trade. I'm actually surprised we got this. I get Sweat is only a star dev, but Hayward's only a yellow interest to them, but I will obviously take that. So I traded Kwity Paye and Kenny Clark for Agnew, who is an X Factor, apparently. All right, we trade Green for pick 56 and a fourth next year for McCoy. It's about a 7 overall upgrade. Maybe not worth it in the end, but I think McCoy already got paid, and more importantly, McCoy is a way better all-around balanced player. The overalls are very skewed for a lot of different players. Like, you know, if you look at McCoy here, I don't know offhand what the other guys' ratings were, but I can already tell you that they were not nearly as good as McCoy. I think McCoy may have like 16 higher pass block or something like that, maybe like 12 higher pass block, pass block power. He's just an obvious better player. I maybe could have moved somebody that was like versatile, like guard over to center, but even McCoy himself costed me a lot, so I mean, I'll just take what I can get. But yeah, obviously we could use a DT technically, because I probably will move Daron Payne to left end, just because obviously we looked at the use of Daron Payne last season. It just wasn't a whole lot of it, so just some random like 78 and maybe 80 overall DT, whether they're good or not. Hell, maybe even just this guy. Nah, he sucks, actually. So we got Dalvin Tomlinson. He's a little bit lower in overall than I expected, but I suppose we don't really need anyone crazy great there. I might still draft a DT because we might still need one. He was a lie. I thought he was higher overall than that, but he really just wasn't. But this guy is actually really sick, though. This Tim Agnew that we traded for, he's 86 overall, but 82 block shot with 92 power move. Obviously, just really, really good. He has extra credit in defensive rally now with blitz, which I guess. All right, so I fully scouted some corners. This guy's a day 3 apparently, which I don't really know why I'm clicking on him with that being the case. And this guy is exactly what they say, 1 to 2. I didn't actually look at their their ratings or anything like that. I kind of just looked at late first round. I didn't have time to actually check. So a bit of a sell there. Once again, the thing we kind of need the most is DT, so I'm glad that I didn't scout any of them. That's great. You know, this actually is not the worst prospect spotlight I've seen. He's, 22, 5'11", pretty damn fast, but not really the biggest need, and I don't have anything really on him. There's a bunch of different DTs. I don't really know if there's one that's like so good I must grab, so if Rush is there at 24, I may just grab him to have him, but I'm not really pushed on anyone, honestly. Jamie Knight, this guy actually looks insane. I don't know, much about him. He's 23, but A press with a B catch. I really want to see how good he is, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, I think really it's either trade down or grab Rush. All right, Dante Rush, gimme. Hidden development trait, we'll take him. Pretty athletic as well. Wow, I am surprised. It's a nice pick, but okay, now I have to decide what I want on this. I'm gonna have to debate it. I had 2 players. I had a center and a DT. I'm not really sure who I want now. I suppose all of our D-line are young, right? So, I don't know. Maybe go with the center, I guess. Not really sure what we need. B power move, pretty strong, but I don't have anything else. A play rec. Whereas the center is probably just going to be a hidden development trait. All these types of players are almost always hidden. His strength is a little bad, though, so if he does suck, I'm going to take him. I had a feeling. I actually had a feeling. As I clicked it, I was like, you know what? This might be a bad decision. It might be. I'll have to take a look at that ET, who I already honestly forgot the name of, but I mean, I imagine it's not going to be hard to find. He was probably in the 3rd round. And then if our wide receiver is there because he's decently fast, I may trade up for him. And he is Bartow. He was the fastest guy that I've seen. I even looked in the 1st round because I was thinking, Devontae's not that young. Deontay's not that young. I was thinking, maybe it was time. Washington, of course, going to get another good trade out of us probably. All right, there it is. The last trade of this draft. Let's grab that wide receiver and head out of here. We did grab a hidden development trade DT, so even though that lineman was an absolute terrible pick, he still won. But yeah, 21 years old, 187, pretty fast. I'm going to grab him. Stephen Bartow, pretty damn fast, like we said. Good change of direction. Just, good player. Well, at least athletically. I don't know. He might just be trash, but typically when you have good athletics, you're like 68 to 72 minimum, which is obviously very workable when you're fast. Here's the draft recap, and 76 overall. So automatic starter at DT. The center wasn't actually that bad. He's 70 overall. But yeah, no hidden is seeming kind of useless. 72 overall for the wide receiver. Good deep route, good release. Just kind of like a burner, right down the field. Get that Deshaun Jackson guy right there, I'll tell you. I mean, probably literally is built off of him. And then for the DT, I don't think it was him, but since I will not know until after I'm editing, I'm just going to kind of click on them all just to see. Was it this guy? I don't think so. I don't think it was him. This was the guy, wasn't it? I think so. Pretty sure this was the guy. Also another guy that's talented, but also not hidden. I don't know. Oh, wait. What was that Gerard name right there at the last second? Was that him? I didn't even see what his overall was. No, that's a wide receiver. If we were really looking at an unrealistic rebuild, I would, maybe grab this fella up and trade him. Here's the squad for Season 3.5. Obviously, an improved offensive line with a new center. We have a fast new wide receiver number 3. Everyone else is pretty much the same, but Lawrence is an X factor. We also do have to pay him, which is unfortunate. But he's only an 85, so if we try to re-sign him quickly, you might get him for cheap. DT is brand new. The right end is obviously solid. He's younger. He has more potential. Payne will play more this season. We got a new right outside linebacker. I mean, we've got more talent, more potential, and we went cheaper, like I said, so be able to keep the team going a little bit longer. So, I mean, it was a good offseason. Just wasn't really like a vastly improved offseason. We kind of just worked things around to make it about just as good with a couple of new names that are cheaper. Oh boy, let me tell you, I hope we have a lot of money. Trevor Lawrence is worth it, though, so we're going to go one more week just to make sure we get him back. But Trevor Lawrence is definitely worth it. Everyone else, though, I don't know. Like if it's going to cost the whole team, then obviously it's not. So we might have to make some trades here. We may be screwed. We'll see. But Trevor Lawrence is obviously first and foremost. I mean, I think we're fine. Maybe we trade off Nate Davis. I don't know, but Eric McCoy is definitely better, so we might just let Nate Davis go, and that'll be the position we go for. But, of course, like we said with Trevor Lawrence, he's on the cheaper side because he's still a low overall. Boom, bam, done. Slater's not that expensive, although I will say, like, I really don't know what a tackle does in the game because it just seems like no matter the overall, they're always just going to suck. Naji Harris, obviously an X factor, obviously a great player. Boom, re-signed. 26 mil left to re-sign Eric McCoy and then kind of let everyone else go, right? We haven't done a punter experiment, but punters just don't matter in the game at all, it seems, so might just let Presley go as well, even though I like him. I don't know if I've seen this one. My time to shine. Oh, you freaking... They tricked me! They tricked me! I guess play extra drills? Oh, what did I just do? What did I just do? Oh, what? I gotta play... Nothing's out. I was tricked. I seen my time to shine. I thought it was going to be a breakout. No, I just got my guy injured. Nice. What? I actually have to play it? I'm doing a rebuild. I don't want to play. They're doing the worst thing ever. They're forcing me to play Madden. I don't wanna. Not quite gold, but it's something, right? Well, it's like if he would have been gold, he would have had everyone X Factor for the week. Way to step in and gel with the defense. I honestly don't care. I really don't. That is just not worth it. Okay, relax. It's enough prompts. It's enough prompts for one day. We're 8-0. Relax. We're about to lose our first game, though. Haha. Let's see what it says. I'm just going to say something stupid like, he was so good, he's going to stay the starter. Okay, well, was there a chance at a breakout, maybe? Because it kind of seems like he let us down, and if he didn't, he would have had, some sort of boost or something. All right, so playoffs, the highest we got to was 9 straight wins, and we did get the bye week. This could be our year. Same, playbooks and all that, because they've just worked, so why would I change them? Like I said, 9-0, and then we lost to the Bengals, lost to the Cowboys and the Ravens, and then just went on another win streak. Wasn't the easiest of matchups either. We had some tough opponents in there, but let's take a look at our actual stats on top of it. So, first and first last season to second and first this, Trevor Lawrence has been one hell of a trade piece, and you also have to factor in that Naji just had 24 touchdowns on 1,500 yards. Devontae went off. Bartow went off. Deontay got a lot of catches, but didn't do as much as Bartow or Devontae with it. Chase Claypool probably will be superstar. I'm going to do it now just in case I forget. Like, I don't want to forget. So let's knock that out real quick, and then I suppose get ready to play our playoff game, which of course is a divisional round. Offensive line was amazing. TJ Watt, maybe he would have had 25 again if he didn't miss that game. I don't know. But of course, Tim Agnew, 14.5 sacks, 9.5 for Sweat. All of our trades seem to have been pretty good so far. What the hell, McGinnis? Since who said he could be here? I don't remember saying it. Lawrence, number 2, and of course, it's always the AFC doing well, so we can't even win. Oh, we did win best quarterback, at least. We can't even win freaking Offensive Player of the Year. Devontae with best wide receiver, a bunch of linemen on there, and then TJ Watt just kind of cleaning up a bunch of awards here and there. But let us see if we can go all the way this season. If not this season, when? That's really all I ask is when. All right, going to the end of the game, we have 10 overalls on them, so if we don't at least win by like 20... I mean, what are we even doing out here? 14-0. All right, 21-0. Okay, we're on the right track. 28-0 at halftime. 35-0. The Bengals finally score, so it's not a shutout. But yeah, this is what I was hoping for. This is what I was expecting. We're that much better of a team than them. Thank you, EA, for finally giving us a win that we deserve. Normally, it's just a barely win situation. Trevor Lawrence threw a pick, but that was still a masterful performance for sure. A lot of catches from both wide receivers. Davante Adams had some touchdowns. Sacks, a couple of sacks off the edge. I mean, just a good game overall. Medlock with 7 for 7 in the extra points. I mean, you can't ask for much better from pretty much everyone. Chase Claypool is now a 92 overall tight end. He's vertical threat master. Was that run block power 4? Jesus, that was pretty high of an upgrade there for that. And then Carlton Davis. I mean, these guys usually aren't very good in zone coverage, so we do what we can around here, all right? Championship round's going to be the Chiefs, right? It's going to be the Ravens, actually. Division rivals. What is the overall difference? It is still very high. Once again, 8. Ooh, snow battle. Whoa, the field looks a little gray. Field's getting old. But snow battle between the Steelers and the Ravens. I mean, that's about as good as it gets, right? I mean, it's pretty damn fun. 24-17 at half, 31-17 into the third. They're only down by 10 now, but I believe we just got a pick, which is going to send us to the Super Bowl. I mean, this has got to be it, right? We'll definitely do at least another season. I want to try to win 2 if we can. Trevor Lawrence is killing it. He is motivated to win it all, and we'll see if he actually does. Devontae with another 2-touchdown performance. TJ Watt killed it again. Sean Evans with a pick, surprisingly. Medlock's been great. I mean, we're clicking. Things are doing, going very well for us right now. Cowboys. Niners. All right, okay. That's not terrible. We have a pretty good run-stopping front. This is good for us. This is very good for us. I don't know what kind of dev-ups we had. It seems like it's been forever ago since we looked at the stats. Trevor Lawrence, Mr. X Factor man himself, was already an X Factor. Why the hell did I just forget that? I don't know why I did. Chase Claypool, geez, I really need to start recording these all in one. I'm almost certain we boosted him to superstar this year, didn't we? Yeah, we're gonna drop him. Man, I really got to stop doing these in parts. Obviously, these take a long time to record. So leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. In fairness, if you're watching to this point, I appreciate that more than anything. If you're not subscribed, that's just impressive, to be honest. To watch this long in and not be subscribed is crazy. So I mean, that in itself is a gift. But yeah, like I said, I struggle to remember who the hell dev'd up. I'm pretty sure Rush was only star. I don't know. What's like, who am I? Like, what's even going on here? There's one I did. Okay. I knew Carlton Davis wasn't superstar. I remembered, obviously. I just wonder what the quarterback situation is here. Surely it's Trey Lance, right? They wouldn't have drafted someone to replace him, right? There's no way it's not. It has to be him. But let's go to the end of the game and let's see it. 7-0, not a good start for us. And we get stopped. Driving down, we get 3. It's something. Nice rushing touchdown. The Niners controlling the game like they usually do. But now in the second half, down by 7. Touchdown drive there for Pittsburgh. Another touchdown. And I'm thinking it's a victory. Unfortunately, I'm not even the only person in the community that's gotten hit by the NFL's copyrights lately. But I'm just going to skip the Super Bowl again because, we've seen the celebration a decent bit. But more importantly, I'm not going to get copyright striked over the damn Super Bowl. Naji Harris went absolutely off. Like, if it was a shorter video, I would do it, but this is a super long video, so if I have to, like, re-render, it'll be forever, It'll just take forever, but good stuff. Good game again. Trevor Lawrence absolutely killed it. One of the greatest playoff runs ever, to be honest. I mean, that's just an insane run, obviously. And yeah, I mean, we're not done yet. We're going to try to win at least one more, and I think no matter what, we're probably going to do 2 more seasons, right? Because if we win back-to-back, you got to go for 3 straight, and then if you don't win, you got to go for the 2 out of 3, right? So no matter what, I think we got 2 more seasons in us. If these last few seasons do seem shorter, it is because I'm going to try to make the video a little bit shorter here. And it's not going to be shorter, but this part, because the first couple of seasons up to this point, it's like an hour long already. So I'm going to try to cut this a little bit quicker, but I can't believe Nate Davis actually popped off with the overall, but we have no choice. We got to let him go. We have some re-signings. Daron Payne might be a guy that actually gets let go. Of course, every contract is literally evenly loaded, so it really cucks you over when you're trying to get rid of them. TJ Watt will be cheaper, hopefully, next season. Braden Smith, maybe look to trade. Rashawn is someone, I think we have to replace Edmonds and Rashawn. We might actually try to do that, like, now. Because, you know, we're not in the greatest financial situation, and more importantly, they are on the older side. And, of course, speaking of Edmonds personally, he's not actually that good of a player. They never give me Derwin, damn it. This is a little costly, but Rashawn Evans, pick 32, and a first next year for Jesse Bates, who just got paid. I hope. I mean, it looked like he had like 25 mil on the pen, which if that's the case, then that's kind of a dub, right? We'll put him at, we'll put someone at strong safety. Yeah, he just got paid. So smart play. We now have the 2 best free safeties, maybe even the 2 best safeties in general in the league. They are both 28, but they are also very athletic. So that's a W. Whoever's got the stronger hit power, which I actually a little surprised. I thought it was going to be maybe slightly in favor of Minka. I guess they both are kind of like, you know, mid-tier hitters. Was going to play strong safety, and that'll be the case. Another expensive trade, Edmonds, a second round this and a second round next for Jordan Brooks. It was literally this value. I tried to do a third with the second, didn't work. So a little costly, but obviously 2 players that just got paid, the most important part of this entire thing, and 2 players that are very important to the success of the team. You know, a 27 years old, only star, but we'll probably put him at the number 1 sub linebacker spot. Maybe he'll just go up to superstar. I mean, when we did that recent rebuild with Jordan Brooks, he was deving up really fast. Of course, that was at outside linebacker. I don't know if that's going to change, but I mean, he was doing well. That's all I can really say. We have our second round pick still, which may be used on a lineman. We do obviously have McCullum we can move over there if we have to. Is he star or normal? He's probably normal, right? Yeah, he was normal. I remember it was just a complete bust. We need some backup wide receivers, but overall, it's a pretty good team that got better and quote-unquote cheaper, surprisingly. So, I mean, the train continues to roll. We balling out. We can't afford any free agents either. Like, we saved money in the long run because we were getting rid of players that needed a contract, so we're like almost dead even with the 2 or 3 mil pen hit. But the big thing being the fact that, once again, we don't have to pay any of the guys we just traded for next season. So we're like kind of safe now, at least for another year, maybe 2. We'll see. Obviously, we're trying our damnedest to keep the God squad alive. It's very hard when you're paying a quarterback, even though we didn't really pay him that crazy much. I also got to admit, good thing it's not a realistic rebuild because, I don't think with the amount of safeties here, well, maybe there's not that many safeties, but Javon Holland being there, you'd probably go with him, right? Maybe go with him. And I am just going to completely bank on getting a free or a rookie lineman, or just putting McCollum over there because it's just some good linemen there, but they're not crazy high of an overall for our price range at least. Oh, we have no second round picks or anything like that. Okay. I still looked at some like players that are still probably worth grabbing. So we may still make a trade up if we even have the ability to. Once again, our team is maxed the F out. We have Randy Crawford. Was he 23? I thought he was 23. Very good player. We have a bunch of linemen. I don't know who's the best, though. This guy's had a impact. Not really a guard, per se, but obviously you can move players around. It'd be nice to grab multiple linemen, because obviously we might have to get rid of Braden Smith, like we said. But we have really nothing we could do about that. I mean, we've got a lot of linemen on the list. Also had a DT, which I'll probably have to pass on. He had a B power move. Nothing really crazy. Strength's pretty low as well. I want the punter because I don't even think we grabbed a punter. I want Turner because, of course, he's a day 3. Or Peralta. Obviously, he's also a day 3. I think a few of these guys are 23, but obviously when you're looking as rough as we are, there's not really much you can do about it. Gervasi. I'm really thinking this Crawford or Bonds. I like really, kind of both of them, to be honest. I don't know. Crawford might be the better choice, though. And he goes, I don't know. I was kind of like debating if I want to let them, the tackle or them go. But the fact that the tackle's still here and I seen a tackle go a little bit earlier, I don't know if he's really that good. I'm starting to think maybe he's not a good player at all. Yeah, I tried to put a 5th on. They were not even close, so maybe I could have gotten a 7th next. But, yeah, this quote-unquote, I mean, it is unrealistic because obviously we made a bunch of crazy trades. But as far as, like, trade value goes, it's been decently fair. Day 3 can mean anything, but we're going to reach here in the nice in this round. I think with that, the fact that we did hit there, I mean, I guess we'll go Peralta. All right, we made this trade for 98. I mean, I don't know if there's much value we have that we can get a draft pick for next season, but I mean, hopefully it's a good lineman. What is it, a guard or a center? I can't remember what it was. Peralta, either way. Welcome to the team, pal, and normal development trade. I suppose at least one of them was hidden. I don't know if we have a tackle that we can move to guard. I don't know, dude. That guy really just isn't built to play guard at all. We got a 7th round pick from a 6th round pick, and we're going to be taking the punter, see how good he is, and look at our draft class, which I suppose wasn't really that large of a draft class. Mr. Jeremy Spicer, he had the good kick power. Yeah, I was about to say he's 23, unfortunately, but he had the quote-unquote good kick power. I don't care enough to take a look at some of the linemen we passed on because, I mean, what's the best they can be? Superstar. A couple okay overall. 72 overall for Turner. How fast is he? I mean, he's pretty athletic. I think we're going to have ourselves an Alex Boone-type guard. Fair enough. Let's also take a look at his dev, actually. So, Mr. Turner, star development trade as expected. And then the punter, we already, we seen what we needed to see. 93 kick power. Calling it the 2nd round next year, but we did get back on the board of the 1st round from the Bills. Probably looking to trade that off, though, for if we can. Even a team that's projected worse, but if they have like a worse-looking team, like a quarterback or something, I don't know. Pick 20 and De'Ara King for pick 28 and 60 from the Dolphins, who obviously still have 2 and all that, so their chances of doing well aren't. Yeah, I don't know how they're pick 28 projected, but I feel like we just kind of robbed them, which, I mean, we do a lot of, but this time it feels like a true robbery. All right, looking at the team for year 4, obviously super talented. I don't know what Davante Adams is like. Yeah, he's 32. He's getting up there, but I think he'll be good for the next few years still. The offensive line is still good enough. Obviously, Nate Davis is a bit of an improvement over Turner, but Turner obviously being young, he's still, he's still got potential, especially even just as a 1-year guy. He could develop pretty fast. Defensive line is great. The linebackers are great. The safeties are by far the best in league. Corners are really good. This is another playoff team minimum, another championship team minimum. Will they win another Super Bowl though? I don't know. Oh damn! I didn't even. Oh damn! Oh damn! Okay. I remember T.J. Watt. All right. So Carlton Davis, even though he's slow, is obviously a guy you want to keep without a doubt. So 1 year 16, maybe should have done a 2 year 16 to be honest. Braden is a guy that I maybe should have traded. It's a little late for that now. Who's this star dev guy? Tariq Cohen. I forgot I signed him. T.J. Watt, even though he's 30, you gotta keep him, right? So a 4-year 116. Well, it's about what he's going to be expecting or accepting, whether he likes it or not. Deron Payne, though, that's a guy I'd rather tag. To be honest, he's a really good block shedder, but like I don't know how much he matters to this team. Like I just don't know. I kind of want to keep Braden though. Like that. I mean, Braden Smith is hard to pass on. I think we're going to let Deron Payne go, and we're going to re-sign Braden Smith here. Although maybe I shouldn't have because we need to re-sign that Tim... What's his damn name? playoffs, and we are in the wild card round. I mean, 14-3 is great, but we did lose a bunch of games in a row. I didn't actually even get TJ Watt re-signed either. I tried multiple times, and he's like, I want more, I want more, I want more. But okay, I mean, you'll get more in free agency. Not true. We're obviously going to keep him. But Trevor Lawrence, pretty good numbers again. 32 touchdowns. That is by far the most I've seen in Sim. 32. Wow. That's crazy. While Devontae has 2 receiving touchdowns. Of course, TJ Watt killed it. Tim Agnew. I thought it was Tim McGraw. Then I was like, that's not the name. Montez Sweat, Rush, Payne with 8 sacks, Jordan Brooks with 6. I mean, the team was pretty good yet again. MVP could have went to Naji. And it did. That's a lot of touchdowns. I mean, you can't really deny that many. TJ Watt, I don't even know how many Defensive Player of the Year awards he's won. A couple of awards in general that Deontay Johnson, a bunch of different guys. But let's see what happens in the wild card round. Maybe we'll win back-to-back. Maybe we'll win 3 straight. 97 overall. Obviously, the money is getting very tight. I signed a couple of backups, but I mean, after we sign Watt, we're going to be literally at like under $1 million cap, and that's without. Actually, no, it's not without Payne. Actually, never mind. It was with Payne, and I withdrew on Payne, so we should have like 10 to 12. You know, it's fair enough, but still, it's not a great situation. But going against another division rival, another situation we don't want to be in. But 21-13, not terrible. 21-13 still. All right, offense. There you go, 28-13. That should be enough to hold on, and it appears so. 31-20. The Ravens gave us a fight, but not good enough. This team is just too goated. Let's take a look at these numbers. Trevor Lawrence, not like the craziest stuff that we seen last season, but you know, still doing enough to win. Obviously, defensively, is that Kaiser White really? J.J. Watt going up against TJ did play better, but who's moving on? Who's moving on? Not you. I think I summoned him on accident. I just kept calling TJ Watt, JJ Watt, and he's just like, I'm coming. I'm here. All right, the divisional round. More our speed, more our pace is where we expected to be out the gate. Haven't seen the Dolphins yet, so hopefully they just missed the playoffs. But 97 over, we're literally 15 overall is higher than them. That's crazy. If we lose this, that is shocking. I mean, we've built quite literally a god squad. And we did add some new names for once. You know, Jesse Bates isn't the guy we normally grab, you know. Devontae we sometimes get. It's kind of rare. Trevor Lawrence we haven't really gotten too much. If, you know, you're trading for like a young, good quarterback, Trey Lance is easily the best one to trade for because he's actually really easy to get as a superstar. 21-7, not bad. I'm trying to think of other players. You know, Deron Payne, sometimes we get him. Obviously, that Agnew guy I've never heard of because he's just not even a real person. Byron Murphy's a guy we never get. Matt LaFleur appears to be the Jaguars coach. Malik Willis is the quarterback there, and he did not play well. Glad we moved on from him. I'll tell you what, James Robinson did not play well either. Yeah, I'm glad we moved on from Malik because it just, I don't think the dude ever developed, and I don't think he ever will. I want to see how good he is just for the hell of it. Jacksonville, I'm trying to think. You know, Trevor Lawrence does put up some good numbers in Jacksonville, but I suppose it might just be Trevor Lawrence doing that, but usually it's the scheme does have to play a decent factor for you to be good because, you know, you put Mahomes on like the Niners, and the numbers aren't going to be that great. They're not going to be that crazy. But Malik Willis is still normal. He's an 82 overall. He's not like the worst ever. He's super fun because of that speed, but they couldn't get, you know, they traded Trevor, but they couldn't get over Trevor, so they put him at number 16. Why not? God damn, dude, that's sad. But the Chiefs, like we would have expected sooner, is going to be the team we got to go against. We are still massively higher rated than them, so I still like our chances, but it is EA after all. Here we go. Left to right is definitely them. We drive down the field for a touchdown after, though. They get 3 again. We don't drive down. Still leading, though. Up by 1. And this is kind of the opposite of what I expected. I expected some high-powered offenses. We're starting to show that up in the second half, but you can see here the Chiefs are not done yet. And we're going to hold them off. Okay, that's not the way I wanted to win. I wanted to win by a very comfortable lead, but we still pulled it off. Mahomes was limited pretty nicely. Trevor Lawrence went off. We had a good game from Naji, who's been really, really good. Oh, even better with the receiving touchdowns. I would assume 32 would be the record, right? Like, I don't think anyone would have broke it in this franchise. A lot of sacks, though. Sweat is kind of like, you know, he's kind of slid under the radar a little bit. He had an okay regular season. He's been okay. Better than Quiddy, I suppose, but he's been kind of like chill. But that was a very good performance in the most important time because, you know, when you see the Chiefs, you just expect a loss. You really do. Vertical threat. I don't get it, dude. Like, Gesicki, 1 billion upgrades. All my tight ends, 1 billion upgrades in franchises. The guy that doesn't need speed gets a speed upgrade for me. I just don't get it. And I don't even think he was 93 speed. So he's got multiple. He's insane. Oh my god. How is that even fair, dude? Where are these upgrades when I want them most? Dante Rush. It's a pretty good upgrade, actually. Still really bad as a block shedder, though. Or power run guy. I mean, something. So one of, you know, words, I suppose. I still wish Medlock didn't have such a big head. Holy crap, dude. Look at his head. +1 across the board, which is nice. But Medlock's been pretty good. Once again, we did that kicker experiment. Turns out it doesn't matter. Like I said, I think like maybe actual overall matters for the team's chances, perhaps. But as far as pure kicking goes, it doesn't matter at all. Your overall, your awareness, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. But let's take a look at any dev-ups. I'm trying to think of who would have got one. Offensively, Deontay probably deserved one, but he didn't get one because EA is who they are. And then defensively, none. So just no dev-ups at all across the board, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it is what it is. You can't win them all. Although, speaking of Super Bowls, we may win them all. They're also 14-3, but we are massively higher of an overall than them. So let's get on to it. All right, here we go. Chance to repeat. The Steelers. 7-0. 10-0. 10-7. Oh, Dallas, don't you do it. Don't you do it. 16-7. It's looking pretty good. I mean, it's looking like a repeat to me. That's got to be a repeat. Yeah, we're just locking them up at this point. Defense, the steel curtain is back, baby. Kind of. It really isn't, but it was a huge reason. That defense is a huge reason why we went back-to-back. Najee with 3 touchdowns. Najee's been killing it, dude. Najee's probably on par to become one of the greatest of all time, right? I mean, he's looking pretty good. All right, let's see how we can finesse the cap again. I don't know if we can. Oh, 43 mil. Is that you? Hello, is that my 43 mil that you're holding on to? Is that mine? I'll be keeping that. If that's mine, I'm keeping it. Yo, where's the money? Where's the money coming from? Of course, he wanted a bonus increase, so if he doesn't, this is gonna be so dumb when he's like, I'm gonna get a free agent. Yeah, I knew it. But here's the 28 mil tag, obviously. We kind of sold on this one. You know, I didn't think we were going to have any money, so I withdrew just so I had enough money to re-sign TJ. And turns out we pulled a heist off while I wasn't around, and we have money again. Oh, wait, do we only have 15 mil? I don't know. Maybe the game didn't. The game probably didn't factor in our contract to TJ because it adjusted on the year, I'd imagine. But yeah, we need a defensive lineman. We might have a decent draft pick to do that, though. Colton Miller would be nice, but I mean, I really don't need him. If there's any like cheap DT, maybe we can grab him just to be safe. But realistically, if this is going to be our last year ever, you kind of just trade whatever you can for that DT spot, right? Or that interior spot, if you will. I'm deceased. We were the ones that got finessed, bro. How? Buffalo, though. All right, we trade 95 next, 127 next, and Bayless for 63, which I'm hoping to use for a DT. Not, obviously, just that pick, but a few picks. And it worked. Ed Oliver, welcome to the squad. They just paid him on top of it, so, you know, if we were to do extra years, this would help in that sense as well, but he was just kind of the one glaring DT that I saw that I really liked, so, yeah, that's about it. Back to having a God squad again. Look, I mean, this team is just goated, dude. It's just too good. Of course, Ed Oliver is more of a block shedding type guy, so I kind of want Rush to be on the edge, if you will. It's not really the edge, but you know what I mean. He plays the edge of the interior. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, that's the squad is so good though. All right, here's the squad for the final season. Trevor Lawrence, 98 overall. He's almost maximum. Words. Devontae's down to a 94 overall. I did put him in the number 1 spot because he still is the best on the team. I'm not even sure what he lost that makes him a 94 as compared to 99. I mean, catching traffic, I guess is not, he's not as polished, but he's still insane. What about Johnson? He's got to be dropping. He's 30 years old. Yeah, definitely not as good as he once was, but still really talented. Once again, let's take a quick look at Naji Harris. Damn, look at him go. 99 trucking, 97 stiff arm, 91 juke, 87 spin, and decent enough speed. What is his abilities? Reach for it, leapfrog, and wrecking ball. Sweet, obviously. Claypool, once again, we already know is kind of like a freak. Just absolutely nuts. Let's take a look at the abilities. Second win in jukebox. Jukebox for a tight end. It seems fair. What about defensively? TJ Watt, he's got to be regressing, right? 31 years old. Still really good. The best pass rusher on our team by a mile. Jesse Bates is now 29. I don't know if he would have regressed, but if so, it would have been pretty, small. Yeah, like I said, pretty, nothing crazy. Agnew is 99 power move, I believe. He's only 25 with 99 power move. That's actually freakly. We put Murphy as the number 1 because he is the fastest of the two, and maybe gives himself a chance at Superstar anyways, but he is also a better player with man and zone being the same, whereas Carlton Davis here, I believe, yeah, he's a little bit worse in the zone coverage. It's a 6 squad, and yeah, I mean, let's go on for this final season. 3 straight, maybe? Not that we really have a whole lot of money to do these types of things, but re-signings. 92 mil, I imagine we need to pay off a lot of players, some freaking players here. Of course, once again, this is the last season. It doesn't matter, but I just kind of want to see anyways, to see, what we would have had to sacrifice to keep the team intact. I think Devontae, you probably have to let go. Deontay, you probably have to let go, or you offer him a tag, because you can't give a 30-year-old without X Factor a 4-year deal. You just can't do that. Sweat really hasn't been that good, so I'm not really sure what he's seeing in himself, so I'd let him go. You'd obviously keep the guard, put him at a 7-year deal. Why not? So 66 mil, but you're losing both of your edge rushers. The kicker, once again, you don't pay kickers anymore. We know that. And, yeah, I mean, you still have a lot of money. You could probably even keep TJ, Devontae, and Sweat, or at least keep, 2 or 3 of them. Maybe you keep Devontae. I don't know. It's kind of a tag situation. I think you keep one of them, but yeah, this is kind of just a bad timing situation rather than money, right? You just can't give a 4-year deal to a 30-year-old superstar. I can't do it. I'll do this. You want to take one of these? No, I can't. Had a little bit of a slow start to the season. I have no idea where they stand right now. They could legitimately be 7 and 10 or something. I don't know, but 13-4 was good enough for a bye week, of course, and definitely a good finish. It was 6-3, and then they won 2, lost 1, and then they didn't lose another one for 6 straight weeks. Let's take a look at the stats. See if Naji Harris is that guy again. I don't see him on the list. TJ Watt, though, he's just been so good, consistent as hell. Trevor Lawrence, potential MVP. Naji Harris, good, not as great as last year, obviously. Devontae, dude, went from 2 touchdowns to 23. That's crazy. Why couldn't Deontay have done that? Last season, he probably should have went to X Factor, in fairness, but 22 sacks for TJ, 10 for Sweat, 13.5 for Agnew, 8.5 for Oliver, 5.5 for Rush. Interceptions, really been low for us for the most part. Edward Medlock, 11 for 14 kicks. Once again, you just don't pay these guys. And let's take a look at MVP. Did we win it? Trevor Lawrence. We won a few of these now, which is pretty impressive. TJ Watt, I need to take a look at his awards. This man, I would assume, has the most defensive players of the years of all time, right? He has to. Yearly awards, let's actually take a look. He's literally won, every single one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Look at these numbers. 25, 20, 22, 22. Yeesh. Of course, for the awards, 9 Pro Bowls. Some whatever this. Defensive Player of the Year, 1, 2, 3. I guess not as many as I thought. Really? Only 3? Got a bunch of best linebackers, but 3 Defensive Player of the Year is still really good. But I honestly thought he won like every single one at this point. It sure as hell felt like it. But let's take a look at who we have to face in the divisional, the final season. Going against the Colts, I mean, they got Jonathan Taylor, who's crazy, but I mean, this should literally be the easiest win out of all of these games so far. All right, let's see it, Steelers. I mean, we should just smoke them, honestly. It's just not even be close. 7-0, 10-0. Defense is holding its bargain. You know, its end of the bargain, but not the offense. Definitely not the offense. 17-3. Had a chance before half to kind of even close the game out already, but because they didn't, Colts are only down by 7. I mean, it's really anyone's game with the way our offense is playing. 24-10, 27-10. We will win, but obviously there was some worries for a while there. Definitely some concerns, if you will. Wow, 40. What are these numbers? Both of these teams are some garbage, dude. Do you see these numbers? 39% completion percentage, 46%. You add their numbers together, they don't even reach 100%. I don't know, 100%, but you know what I mean? Like, the average in a game would be like 125, 130%. They don't even get to 100%. Like, that's just ridiculous. You know, it's crazily bad. Let's take a look at the defense. TJ Watt and Sweat. I mean, Sweat at least performs well in the postseason, and so does Medlock, in fairness. The Chiefs, a team that has given us troubles every single rebuild we've ever done. Every single one. Well, ever done this year. Maybe last year as well. It's not quite as bad as that one year where the Patriots won literally every single first Super Bowl of the rebuild, but it's pretty close. 7-0. I mean, if we're going to play like last week, we lost, simply put, but nice little touchdown answer back. 7-17, 14-17. Huge drive, but no points from them. 17 all. That touchdown could be the dagger. There's going to be no three-peat. We get smoked, simply put. Oh, I'm coming in. There's too much on the line. The greatest team of all time and would never, ever be beaten is on the line here. I mean, what can you do? And we're going to take a sack right out of the gate. That was just a really bad play. His difficulty is tough, dude. Go with the post. Adams, clutch up for me, baby. This is all you, baby. I know you're old, but you're still gold. That's a pretty good play. Slightly underthrown, but he holds on. And, of course, that will go to the 2-minute warning, I believe. I don't think he got out of bounds. Slightly underthrown, but we live with it. We live with it. That was a crazy one. I mean, that is some distance. Kind of baiting this in. Hopefully Deontay gets there. A tough read. Oh, no, it's not. There you go, Claypool. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Not bad. Now you just have to stop one of the best offenses in the league. Okay, I'm going to come in. I don't even care. Hate me all you want. We're not going to stop him anyways. The game just goes ham in these situations. It's like I said, dude. No fumble for us. That's a GG. I'm going to run goal line here because, I mean, if they throw this. Look how many wide receivers they have out, though. That's just crazy. I don't even know who Foster is, but we're going to use him. I'm actually going to use Oliver. Goal line! They just got a first down on goal line. What is this game? What a joke of a game, dude. That just doesn't happen. Like, it just simply doesn't. That's the reason why you don't run goal line in that situation, because it's so easy to pass on. But they obviously weren't passing there. What a joke of a coded game. So bad. Oh my god, that is so hilariously bad. Goal line. They gained like 7. Actually, it was more than 7. Wasn't it? It was like 8 or 9? God damn, that's pathetic. What a pathetic. I don't even want to see the like, you know, anything like that. I don't even care. I don't want to see who wins. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, and then second channel, Pkr Plays, with streams on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, even though I've been, you know, taking a good long break from there. Obviously, whenever the relocation franchise gets up, which I'm hoping sometime next week, I can't say for sure. I'm waiting for some sort of decent draft class with updated 40 times and you know, different drills, you know, reflecting the ratings from the past combine to you know, actually go ahead and do, you know, finish my recording for the relocation. So the first, like, the draft part of our relocation is like a month old, maybe 2 months old, but everything else will be obviously super up to date. And we could probably start streaming that on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr once again. And maybe I'll do a second channel stream, or a second channel type, you know, content stream, you know, where we're playing like a, you know, I don't know, Far Cry or some new game or Apex or something. But once again, that would be information in the community tab. I would let you know an hour before I'm going live if that's going to happen. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, if not. And yeah, that's about it. As always, appreciate you guys watching. If you have any other teams you want to see for this type of quote-unquote rebuild, if you want to see a rebuild challenge, let me know in the comment section below. Any suggestions at all, Blast in the Past, career resim, career simulation in general, I'm all ears. That's about it, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya! Oh, that was worth it, though. Remember it, like, it being sellable. Bye! The problem is I keep up too... What?
Had the unfair advantage.
Why? Because your fat ass was in the car with him? Did he... Whoa!